Welcome back. The South African National Blood Services, it's now trying to make it easier to donate blood ahead, of course, of the festive season. You know how important it is for the blood service to have enough blood during the festive season, especially when you consider the number of traffic accidents there are on the roads during that time. Ravi Reddy is the CEO of the South African National Blood Service. Ravi, good afternoon to you and thanks for your time. All right, you're trying to make it easier to donate blood. What changes are you making?
Yes, good afternoon, Stephen, and good afternoon to your listeners. So South African National Blood Service is going digital as of yesterday. And the biggest change that we've made is we changed our entire blood establishment computer system, which is the system that manages the process from the donors coming in to bleed and right up to the stage of issuing blood to patients. So it has been a process 3 years in the making with all of the background planning and then migration from our old system to the new system. So we launched that system yesterday, the front end of it, to the donors.
So when a donor wants to come and donate blood for the first time, what do they need to do? Is there a screen in front of them? Can they do it online?
Yes. As of yesterday, they will need to come into our donor centers. They will be met by our donor staff. They will be registered. That's a very quick process. And then there will be a screen in front of them. Traditionally, they would have received a paper-based questionnaire, a health questionnaire that they would have to fill in on paper. That's now gone. So they will go to a PDA or an iPad screen in front of them. They will scan the barcode and then they will answer the questionnaires. These are the health questionnaires that will enable them to donate. Once they've completed that and put in the ID numbers, that will then be transferred to our staff seamlessly, and the donor will then go to the next stage of donation, which is the health check, where you'll have a blood pressure done, and we will ask you a few more questions. You will have what we call a hemoglobin test done to see if you're eligible to donate, and then you will go to your bed, and the donation process will happen. All of this, including the process of when we're bleeding donors, will be paperless. And there are many, many benefits to that, starting with the donor, where we want to improve the donor experience, where things are digital rather than filling in a questionnaire. And the questionnaire is obviously geared to the donor, whether it's a first-time donor or a repeat donor. So that is the intention. Okay. Ultimately, the second phase, which we haven't switched that on yesterday because we just want to go one step at a time. In a month or two, we will then launch the donor application that's linked to this. In that instance, the donor then can actually complete the form 24 hours prior to donating in the comfort of their office or home. They can then schedule an appointment with our donor center and even schedule a bed at a particular time. All they then need to do the next day is pitch up at the donor clinic, and they don't have to go to the administration of completing the questionnaire at the donor center. So we're trying to also make it more convenient for our donors, save them some time, and make the donation process as pleasant as possible.
Ravi, you don't get to decide beforehand what flavour biscuit you're going to have, I imagine, that you normally get free when you donate blood.
No, you will get the luck of the draw. Now we have improved our biscuits. We've got many different flavors, catering to many different tastes. But that and the Nescafe, sorry, not the Nescafes, the Nespressos, those you will get at the donor center. So you will get that when you donate.
And once you're registered, right? When you go back, it'll be very easy to do because you'll be on the system.
That's correct. We will be taking a photograph as well of the donors. This is just to confirm identification. And once that's done, when you go back, you are registered. So all your demographics, unless your demographics change, all of that will be recorded on the system.
For some reason, I've never really understood. It seems to me there's a sort of national blood service and then a separate service in the Western Cape. I like to hope that you're friends and that you work together very closely. Do you transfer this information between each other?
Yes, we are the best of friends. The Western Cape Blood Service and South African National Blood Service work extremely closely on national standards. We transfer blood when there's shortages. We communicate on marketing campaigns, the standards of practice. So we work extremely closely together. In fact, next week, from Friday onwards, we're actually co-hosting a regional blood transfusional conference in the Western Cape at the ICC. This is an international conference, so we do work closely together.
How much blood are you going to need for the festive season? I made the point in my introduction that there's often a lot of traffic, often, unfortunately, accidents. Do you need a lot more blood for that time?
Yeah, we need 3,500 units of whole blood every single day in order to meet the demands of the patients and the provinces that we serve. Over the festive period, the demand drops slightly, probably just under 3,000 units a day because, from the 15th of December onwards, a lot of elective surgeries don't happen, and elective surgeries do take up a fair amount of blood. However, elective surgery not happening, we do see an increase in trauma, particularly in accidents where more blood is used. The challenge that we have, even though there's a slight decrease in demand, the areas that we traditionally go to collect blood, which is, the schools, the businesses, our donor centers, people, and other areas, tertiary institutions, these are all closed. So we now need to rely on going into basically shopping malls, shopping centers, communities, and it's that time of the year that people are very, very busy. They're going in holiday mode. So donating blood is not really a priority. So while the demand decreases slightly, the supply also decreases considerably. Hence, the number of appeals that we have increases. And this is a global challenge. We just cannot get sufficient people to come in and spend their time. And we try, we have a thank you campaign starting in a few weeks' time, going right up till the middle of January, just to encourage our donors to come in, get a small token of appreciation as well.
Ravi Reddy.
Also, with regards to that, I just want to also stress Group O blood is particularly critical, but we also collect other products such as single donor platelets to treat cancer patients, stem cell transplant patients, and that's particularly in short supply as well. So I encourage our donors, whole blood donors and platelet donors, to please come into our donor centers and donate if you can. Thank you.
Ravi Reddy, thank you very much indeed. CEO of the South African National Blood Service. Do appreciate the time.